So we have an urgent breaking news coming out. Do me a favor and share this video. Once again, thank you so much for your support. A large-scale fires are raging in the port of Carnivores, Odessa region in Ukraine. The cause is still unknown. Look at this here. I'm going to share the video in my Twitter page. The link will be in the description box, guys. Once again, a massive fire broke out at the port in Konomosk, Odessa region. Now, you have multiple channels report a large blaze on the port's territory. According to State Emergency Service, a transport convoy is burning, preliminary reports say. The cause has not been disclosed. Wow. Alright, we're gonna get to all that news. At the same time, guys, we have a breaking news here. The US Commander-in-Chief just put out this message. I love the smell of deportation in the morning. Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War. Wow. Okay, so he's sending a message. He's sending a message to Chicago. We're going to see what's going on with these two breaking news. Alright, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, thank you again, guys, for your support. Another way to support the channel is by hitting that thumbs up. Also, if you guys want to help support the channel, $5 Patreon a month. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Thank you again for your support. Also, guys, another breaking news report is coming out. Powerful explosions rock Kiev right now. Kiev Post correspondent report. Alright, so there's multiple events going on out there. So let's go with this one really quick here, guys. So on September the 6th, 2025, a large-scale fire erupted in the port of Moscow, I think that's how you pronounce it, in Ukraine's Odessa region. Initial reports suggest that the fire may have been caused by the ignition of a conveyor belt, but the exact cause remains unconfirmed. Thick black smoke was visible over the city. Now, this incident occurs in the context of ongoing of the Russian strike on Ukraine's port infrastructure, including a major drone strike on the Odessa region in late August, which damaged energy infrastructures and led to power outages. Wow. So this is the one right here. So they're saying that this might have been a human error. Who knows? But other people are saying that this is probably a drone strike by the bear. A large-scale fire broke out in Chernomorsk. The blaze occurred in the port. Once again, a large-scale fire occurred in that region, presumably in the port. The ignition of the conveyor belt caused thick black smoke over the city. We're still waiting for some more updates on this story here, guys. We're still waiting for more updates. Now, it says here, they're still investigating. So, a large-scale fire broke out in that region. Black smoke is visible over the city. Presumably, the fire occurred in the port, reports UNN with reference to All News of Odessa. It says local report that thick black smoke is rising over the city. Presumably, the fire occurred in the port. And you guys seen the, at the very beginning of this video, you saw that thick black smoke. The State Emergency Services reported that presumably a transport belt caught fire on the territory of the port. Units are working on site. But that was a huge, I mean, that thing was massive. Okay, so that's all the information for that. I'm still waiting for more updates, but look at this here, guys. I mean, that is huge. That is massive. I think this is the largest, if I'm not mistaken. Give me a second here. I think RT just post an update about this. Give me 1 second. Okay, so RT posts this here. I mean, look at that, guys. I mean, that thing does not look good. Massive fire tears through Ukrainian port. Tonomask ports, one of the largest ports in Ukraine. Cause remains unknown. From the conveyor belt. Wow. Once again, that is huge. Okay, so guys, we're gonna go with this next news here. All right, so there was a huge, powerful explosion rocks Kiev right now, and you guys already know there's always some explosion going on in that region. All right, so let's go with this news here. As of the afternoon of Saturday, September 6, 2025, air defenses are reportedly active in Kiev in response to the Bear drone strike. The explosion heard are likely from air defense system engaging the excuse me, the incoming threat. Truly apologize, guys. I got some allergies going on. Neighbors was cutting the grass today. It says here, current situation, air defense, Ukrainian air defense forces are working to destroy threats in the skies over Kiev. The Kiev City Military Administration has urged residents to stay in shelters until all clear is given. Wider attacks. The air raid alert extends to several regions beyond Kiev. The Bear forces have also struck the Ukrainian city of Zaporizhia with drones, sparking fire. Hold on, the Bear forces have struck. Okay, Zaporizhia is where that nuclear power plant is located. That nuclear power plant is being controlled by Russia, but it seems like they're striking that region. Alright, so we're gonna skip the rest of this here, guys. Alright, so far that's all the information going on with the explosion and stuff that's happening out there in Ukraine. I will keep you updated. I will keep you informed of the situation that's going on out there. Now we're going to go with this news here. What's going on with this news? The US commander says Chicago will find out why it's called the Department of War in the social post. It seems like he's leaving a message, a warning message. I love the smell of deportation in the morning. He posted on Truth Social, a reference to the 1979 war movie Apocalypse Now. Illinois leaders swiftly condemned the post. Apocalypse Now? I never heard that movie. That 1979, that's old school. I might watch that movie tonight. Give me a second here. Is Donald sending an apocalypse message? It says here, the line, I love the smell of deportation in the morning, is a recent political quote, not from a movie. The quote reference, I love the smell of, napalm in the morning, from the 1979 film Apocalypse Now. On September 6, 2025, the U.S. commander posted a quote on Truth Social. Alright, so he kind of changed one of the words in there. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Chipocalypse Now? Chipocalypse Now. Oh, okay, Chicago. So Chipocalypse Now. Okay, so he's really sending a message here. He's really sending a message. So basically, Chicago just got a Chicago just got a disturbing news. Man. Oh, by the way, DC, there's some stuff going down in DC. There's some protests, and these people come from Vermont. They came from all these blue areas, the blue states, and they're out there. They are basically protesting the military and National Guard deployments to DC. All right, so the U.S. commander Truth Social post saying Chicago was about to find out why it's called the Department of War drew swift rebuke from rebuke from Illinois leaders Saturday morning. I love the smell of deportation in the morning, he posted on Truth Social, a reference to the 1979 war movie Apocalypse Now, where Robert, character Lieutenant Colonel Kilgore, says, I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War. The post continued, which included an image of him dressed in an army uniform and helicopter flying in the background with the words Chipocalypse Now, a reference to the film. I guess Donna stayed up last night to watch that film. The U.S. commander signed an executive order Friday authorizing the Department of War as a secondary title for Department of Defense, in a move that he said sends a message of strength. Now it says here, the White House shared the post on its X account. The governor of Illinois, responded to the U.S. commander post Saturday on X, saying it is not normal. The president of the U.S. is warning to go to the biblical war with an American city. No, he's not. He's putting a message that he's going to remove the lawlessness out the streets. He's going to put them in jail, and he's going to send those back home. That, again, you need to stop twisting words in there, Governor. It says here, this is not a joke. This is not normal. Speaking from the 24th annual Mexican Independence Day Parade in Pilsen Saturday, Senator Dick Durbin called the post disgusting to suggest that the troops are coming into Chicago as an embarrassment. It says here in a post on X, the mayor called on Chicago citizens to protect each other amid the warnings. They making it sound like Donald is is like Kim Jong-un or something. The commander-in-chief warning are beneath the honor of our nation, but the reality is that he wants to occupy our city and break our constitution, Johnson said in a post. We must defend our democracy from this authoritarianism by protecting each other and protecting Chicago from Donald. I thought America was a constitutional republic. I mean, that's what the Constitution says. Constitutional republic. It says here, the post comes as U.S. commander ramps up federal enforcement in Chicago, and the city is preparing for anticipated increased operation by ICE on Wednesday. Now, the governor said he expects ICE agents to begin action on Saturday or over the weekend. It's supposed to happen today, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so you have some of these, the left out there. They're not pleased. They saw the post and they urged their citizen, Chicago, prepare. This man is coming. He's bringing in the army. Prepare. Or the military. Prepare. Dude, you really spooking the people out there, man, by putting out that type of message. This is what's happening right now. That's what's happening right now in DC. Breaking. You have the blue in the streets of DC to protest against the drop in lawlessness, currently marching to the White House to tell the US commander, free DC. People came in from Vermont and other blue regions for this. So what are your thoughts, guys? What are your thoughts on this? Should the commander again bring back the National Guard and just let the city, again, let the governor and mayor do their thing? Because if that's the case, just remember, the lawlessness will skyrocket. All right. Again, Chicago has been, they call it Chirac for a reason, but it's been lawlessness for decades. Decades. I mean, over the weekend, there was a report. Last week, there was a report that it was like Mid-East going on out there. Labor Day holiday. I mean, it was brutal. I think it was worse than Afghan itself. Should Donald go in? Yes or no? What are your thoughts? Leave comments down below. But there's a lot of people out there that they don't like it. They don't like it. And coming from up north, I lived in Patterson, I lived in Newark, I lived in like those, again, if you live in Newark, New Jersey, you know what I'm talking about. And I live in Newark, New Jersey, like in the early 2000s. Right? It was really brutal back then, especially Cory Booker being, I think he was the mayor or something, but it was really bad. It was bad. All right, it was crazy bad. And I used to hang out with a whole bunch of crazy people 3 o'clock in the morning. I used to hang out with these people, again, in Newark. I mean, it was a lot of gangs. And I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. And that was before my BC time. And one thing I tell you guys, I left up north. I left that blue state. I left and I came to Florida. And boy, it's a whole different story. One thing I tell you guys is that, you know, people might not like the commander, but one thing I tell you, I lived in those really bad areas, and I witnessed and I experienced those lawlessness stuff, and I'm glad that the U.S. commander is sending in the guards. Again, if you haven't lived in these neighborhoods, if you haven't lived in a brick city, if you haven't witnessed living in Newark, New Jersey, or Patterson, New Jersey, or Camden, New Jersey, or Philadelphia, or Tennessee, or, you know, Chicago, or Los Angeles, or, you know, all these other regions, if you haven't been to those regions, if you haven't experienced those regions, you shouldn't say nothing. If you live out there in a beautiful, nice town, that lawlessness is not high, you shouldn't not, again, don't say nothing. And I'm not trying to be rude here, but again, those that witnessed it, they know what's going on. And a lot of those people in Chicago, they are really happy about it. I mean, there was a news that broke out. There was a 17 years old. She was in her bedroom. The flying object came through the wall, and you guys know the rest. And it's been going on for decades and decades. It's sad that a lot of people don't see it. A lot of people just never lived in those type of neighborhood. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please share the video. Till next time later. Peace.